Middlesex warmed up for the Friends Life T20 by thrashing Lancashire by a mammoth 167 runs in their latest CB40 game, with the awesome Eoin Morgan and Paul Stirling smashing hundreds as the Panthers recorded their highest ever one-day total. And yet they were put in by Stephen Croft, who must have seen something in the Lord's pitch. That certainly didn't concern either Joe Denley or David Malan, who quickly opened up with 26 runs off the first 20 deliveries. Malan was out for a runner ball 12, nicking Shahzad behind, but the fireworks were about to explode. Stirling struck the first of an amazing 18 maximums in the Middlesex innings and then started to blast away with some thumping cricket shots as the scoreboard was soon in danger of going on the fritz. Such was the rate of scoring. A couple of seasons ago, Lord's was abuzz when Somerset's Kieran Pollard nearly cleared the famous pavilion. Well, now Denley did the same. This shot was simply enormous. The 100 was posted in the 14th over, and then Stirling completed his hard-hitting half-century off his 43rd delivery with a rare dab for a single. Denley soon followed, his 50 occupying only 48 balls. These two were laying the ideal platform for some of the even bigger hitters to come, but nobody would have been fully prepared for the immense hitting which followed. Stirling swiped Gary Keady into the tavern stand and then went the other way to put Croft over the ropes to add to his ever-growing collection of sixes. By the halfway stage of their innings, Middlesex had made 144 for one, and this pair added a further 24 runs to that in the next 20 deliveries before Denley miscued a hit off Keady to be caught on a runner ball 58. So down the pavilion steps came Morgan, who in the next hour was to produce one of the best knocks ever witnessed at the home of cricket. This, would you believe, was his first ball. A leisurely drive off Shahzad then got him really moving. This was the first of his incredible 11 sixes, only some of which were hit to the short boundary to the left of the camera. But for now, all eyes were on Stirling, who eased to the 6th one-day 100 of his excellent one-day career. It was a delicious display from the Irishman, who'd raced to three figures off just 84 balls with 11 fours and 4 sixes. Yet he was still to be outshone by Morgan. Not yet though. Stirling celebrated his terrific ton with another maximum in the next over. The hitting was just so clean. Now strap yourself in, because this was the moment that Morgan simply went berserk. The Panthers already had 240 runs on the board as they went into their last 10 overs, but incredibly that rate was slow in comparison to the final 10, which were hit all around the park as a further 110 runs came off them. Cuts, pick-up shots, slog sweeps and drags, it really didn't matter where the Lancashire bowlers put the ball. Somehow the magician that is Morgan found a way to clear the rope. His 50 had come off only 27 balls, but that was just the hors d'oeuvre. His partnership with Stirling realised 126 runs in only 11 overs, and after Stirling was out for 119, Gareth Berg came in to join in the fun. That was his only scoring shot though, as he was then given out stumped. But nothing was stopping Morgan. What a way to give the England selectors a nudge ahead of the forthcoming one-day series. All the new batsmen tried to keep the rate going. Berg Dexter top-edged a shot off Keady, who extraordinarily had a day to remember amongst the mayhem, taking 5 for 55, his best one-day figures for a dozen years. So take a guess how Morgan got to his 100. That's right, he somehow managed to take a delivery from outside off stump from Saj Mahmood and hit it over mid-wicket for his 9th six. His sensational century had come off just 49 balls, something you'll not see too often even if you watch cricket every day. Needless to say, it was the fastest ton of the summer. He added 2 more maximums to take Middlesex past their previous best 40 over and indeed 50 over totals. It was a day in which history was being made. Finally, he used the bottom of his blade rather than the magnificent middle to give Keady his 5th wicket, but it helped take his side to an almost unbelievable 350 for 6. Morgan's 116 was made off only 54 balls with 6 fours and 11 sixes. So come on Lancashire, how do you chase that down? Not by having 3 men out to the first 31 balls. Stephen Moore gave some catching practice to Malan in over number 3. Croft followed in the next, nicking Stephen Crook behind. And Aswell Prince sliced Crook to Denley at backward point to leave his side out of it already on 22 for 3. An embarrassing defeat was on the cards for Lancashire when Carl Brown hit Tom Smith to Chris Rogers and Gareth Cross was leg before to the same bowler to leave them on 55 for 5 at the start of the 12th over. So they only needed 296 more off the next 28 overs with 5 wickets in hand. At least Shahzad did hit the only 6 of Lancashire's whole innings, a shot that Morgan would have been proud of. He and Paul Horton did add 50 for the 6th wicket in 8 overs, but then wickets fell at regular intervals. Shahzad gave Smith his 3rd, a simple caught and bowled. Horton then ran himself out as he raced through for a single he needed for his 50, Crook supplying the accurate throw. On any other day, Horton's 49 off 46 deliveries would have been a good knock. Crook then took the ball back to bowl Mahmood for a breezy 29, but that didn't make up for the fact that his 8 overs with the ball had cost him 82 runs. Simon Kerrigan gave Denley a wicket by finding Stirling at long on, and Denley's fellow leg spinner Malan, one of 8 bowlers utilised by Dexter, then finished off the game by bowling Stephen Parry. With 5 overs left, Lancashire were all out for 183. So the margin of victory was a remarkable 167 runs, and that win puts the Panthers second in their group with a real chance of qualifying for the semis. My advice now is to pack the ground out for the next games at Lord's, a one-dayer against the West Indians on Wednesday, and then the big one, the start of the T20 at home to London rival Surrey on Thursday.